Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Another video here, doing a little review, not necessarily on a gun, but on a something I've wanted for a while. I just really couldn't pull the trigger on it. It's basically a 5-gun case for your pistols. It's going to be from Case Club. So if you get on Amazon, you can order I think there's quite a bit of variants that you can get. The one I got was the 5-pistol variant, and it is $94. So it's kind of hard to pull the trigger on it just because I didn't really necessarily feel like I needed it, but I ended up getting it. So here we go. Alrighty, so let's get into the tabletop review of this Case Club damn 5-pistol case variant. So if you notice from the top, it's got a hard plastic case, very durable plastic. It feels like very thick with 2 C's. If you put down the latches here, they got very positive contact points. You definitely know that you're opening it and closing it. Again, here in the front, you got the carrying handle. Doesn't just flop around. Feels pretty sturdy. Yep. And some of the things I noticed that when I got it, if you notice here and here, it looks a little kind of beat up. Wasn't really too pleased with that, but I think it does what I need it to do, and I think it'll be fine. I think I'm just trying to be a little too picky. Don't really care as long as it does what I need it to do. So let's pop her open. So if you look up here, we got the eggshell carton, styrofoam up top. You can kind of tell where I've contacted the top of that with whatever I have in the case. So this is my current configuration of the case, and I think it works really well for what I have. So let's get into it and kind of show you what it looked like when I first got it and what you really have to do to kind of make it yours and modular to fit your gun collection. So when it first came, you get this piece that comes in. All of these portions came with styrofoam in those areas. So I was kind of confused at first because it was very, very hard to see where to pull things out. But basically just get a set of needle nose pliers and just start pulling away. So you can fit full size all the way down to subcompact, pretty much whatever size you want. And depending on what weapon that you're going to put in your slot is going to depend on how much foam you pull out. So here and here, you can leave the foam in if it's a subcompact, where this is a compact, and I like the way it fits in there. I went ahead and pulled out all the foam for each one of my pistols, just because I would say one of the things I don't like about this case is that it's really not that deep. So that's the reason why I pulled out the damn pieces, because I don't want my optics impacting the top of the case just to ruin them or crack them or anything of that nature. So that's why I just went ahead and took everything out. It's between compact to full size pistols. So took it all out of there. As you can see, my compact CZ fits in here fine. I got my 3 CZ mags. So if you notice, they're all for double stack. But if you wanted to, I have a few areas over here where I can show you. You got single stack mags, those will work as well. All you gotta do is just pop out only a certain portion of the styrofoam, and you can run single stack. So every magazine portion, whether it's double stack or single stack, you'll be good to make it your own. So I kept all the foam. It's all in the box that it came in. It's in my closet. So just in case I ever you know, want to change it up or do things. I don't got stuff flopping around and doing whatever it wants to do. So 3 CZ mags. I even have the +1 CZ mag, I believe this is, and it fits in there just fine. Moving over to my FN 509 tactical. This is where it kind of, again, makes me a little upset with this case. Not that it's their fault, it's just something I think that I wish I just would have bought a deeper case, or maybe they have a variant where that's deeper. Probably because you're wondering why I'm running 2 Glock mags right behind my FN mags. Well, I don't have any other FN mags besides the 3 it came with. And those bad jackets are definitely not going to fit in there. Definitely not going to fit in there. So that's another reason I took out this portion over here to rock whatever doesn't fit. So pretty much just using these areas over here with my Glock mags. Moving on over, I got my Glock 17 full size pistol, pretty decked out, doing its thing. And its portion right here. I'm rocking my 3 M&P mags right next to it. They're all factory mags except for one's a pro mag that I think I got from Gun Mag Warehouse, potentially. Moving on over, I got my full size ported barrel M&P 2.0 Performance Center. This is their longest variant. I want to say it's like a 5 and some change barrel length. I got a Delta Point Pro in here. And with the Delta Points, so this is my only Delta Point that I have, but when it sits up a little bit higher, it's a bigger optic. So with that being said, you're probably wondering why none of my weapon lights are on. Well, I'll show you why none of my weapon lights are on, because if you go ahead and put those on, that weapon sits too high and it's going to contact the styrofoam, and that's not what you want, or that's not what I want. So, and especially with this Delta Point on a full-size handgun, definitely just sits a little too high for my liking. When you shut it, definitely is making contact with my optics, and I am not about that life. So that's why I'm just busting these off and keeping them over here. It's just too easy to put back on, especially with the Alpha. It's just a slip and slide on and off. So, but I like the Bravos better. The Bravos, I got you got a flathead screwdriver here to tighten up and loosen and throw it on whenever I want. So, yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 6, 9, 12. Running 12 magazines in those portions, 4 weapons. Again, you could have this piece in here as well if you wanted to. I'll show you that here in a little bit, what that would look like. But the main reason I'm not using this is because of my magazines and my extended magazines, and kind of wanted some room for some other things as well. So I'll kind of go over this portion right here to show you what I got in here. So on top, I had my 19X. Weapon lights. Boom. I got my FN mags, 24 rounds a piece. I have my Glock Terran Tactical +3 mag extension. That's definitely not going to fit in there. It's a little too tall, so I probably won't even take that magazine to the range. I just like looking at it. I really don't want to take any of my factory mags anyways to the range. I just want to get a bunch of aftermarket mags and use those. I got my 33 rounder, which now I believe it's a 32 rounder because I took off that piece. Got 2 Sharpies, marking targets. Got a paint pen, just in case anything wears off or I get something new, or I just know where this is at all times. Milwaukee extendo knife. I got like 45 of those. That's one of my favorite ones, so it's gonna stay in there. And then my flathead screwdriver. So, and that's just for basically popping these on and off, because I'm not gonna store the weapons in here with the lights on or transport them with the lights on. So Actually, funny story. I was cleaning I think it was my CZ at one point in time, and then I just kind of tightened it back up, and I went out to the range that next day, and I didn't have a flathead screwdriver on me. I actually recoiled, and the weapon light just kind of fell off. So that's why I'm always going to keep one of these with me, just in case, to make sure these are tight before I start shooting. But Glock 19X, just got that yesterday. Pretty excited about it. Probably going to leave it stock, completely stock, unless I decide to run well, obviously I need to buy another one of these, and I'll pop that on there. I'm thinking about putting a tan Delta point on it and just leaving it just like this. Might get a little bit of grip tape and for the indexing points, and use it there, but pretty much going to stay the way it is, and I'm going to run it real hard. So that's pretty much everything I got on the right side. So I can throw this in here, throw that in there. Now with no optics, right, the pistols fit really good in there with the light on them. So as you can tell, if that did have an optic on it, you're definitely not running that light on there to fit it in there. But if you're a guy that has, or a gal that has, you know, a bunch of pistols with no optics on it, you can run your lights on there and everything, and it should fit fine. So I don't think they really had it in mind that a lot of people nowadays are running red dots, and to keep all your accessories on your gun, it's kind of a pain in the butt. So here's with it out, without the, let me pull this out. And there we go. So you can run a crap ton of magazines over here, like if these weren't extended. Obviously I'm not going to be able to fit those in there, but run your mags over here, whatever floats your boat. So, but for now, and probably for the rest of the time I have this, I will be having this piece pulled out. Keep it in my closet somewhere just in case I need it, and we'll go from there. So I'll kind of load this back up the way I had it, and kind of show you maybe a few more things about it, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and throw my mags back in here. Extendo mags, FN mags are huge. Weapon lights, knife, Sharpies, marker, needle nose pliers, and that's how I'm running it. So I think I would definitely recommend, if you're looking for something to you know, transport your guns a little bit easier to the range. Obviously I probably wouldn't take all these out at the same time, but I think it's more organizational for the vehicle. I started thinking about, you know, why would someone buy this? Let's say you don't have enough money for a gun safe. Maybe you get one of these and maybe you only have 2 or 3 pistols and you want to put them in there and lock them up. Yeah, I understand that's not going to be very safe, as far as if someone broke in, they just pick it up and take it and then cut the locks and they have all your guns. But like I said, if you can't afford a weapon safe, maybe this is something that you can afford for 94 bucks. And you know, put your pistols in here, maybe because you got kids, you have people that come over, and you just want to make sure you're a little bit more safe about it instead of having guns in drawers and things like that. Maybe this would be an option for you. Or in my case, I just bought it just because I wanted to be a little bit more organized. I'll throw it in bed in my truck, the bed cover on there, and have all my pistols in one little case, and I'll be able to pop this open, grab what I need, and pick which holster I need, and I'll be ready to go. I can rock it on my belt and go from there. So I would recommend this case. So then that's pretty much my thoughts.